Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's webinar. My name is Luis Rasgado, and today we're going to be talking about Whiteboard 3. Whiteboard is an interactive application that allows students and even teachers to interact with one another. It is designed to customize and elaborate certain boards within the application that allows you to add links and pictures and multiple things that will allow for you and your students to be able to collaborate with one another and make the classroom more interesting and more fun for them. So let's begin. Okay, so in order for you to be able to get to this application, you're gonna need to go to the App Store and download it. So you go to the App Store and you search Whiteboard 3. There it is, and it's gonna look like this. Okay, so I have already downloaded, and I'm gonna go ahead and open it. So once you have downloaded the app, you'll have these two tabs on top of the new board, on the top, and it says New Board and Join Meet. These two tools will be talked about throughout this presentation. So first, let's go ahead and look at the New Board tab. And once you have clicked on it, it's going to ask you to name this board. So this one, let's go ahead and name example. So once you have named your board, you will come to this blank gridded page. And if you look on the top of the page, you will have a toolbar that will allow you to create collaborating boards. So let's go ahead and talk about these tools. The first tool that we're going to look at is the pen tool. This tool will allow you to write on this page. So if you click on it, you're able to write your name, or math questions, 2 + 2. Pretty much anything that you think is important for the students. And later on, I'm going to show you some activities that I used for the way I use this application. If you go ahead and click the pen icon one more time, it's going to give you different colors, and you can even change the font size. So if you want to make it smaller, change the color. It's all about preference. So whatever you like, if you're doing some kind of drawing or anything like that, this is the perfect way to do it. If you look at the checker icon next to the small circles and the big circle, that one's pretty much like a highlighter, works as a highlighter. That way, if you're writing, it doesn't get rid of your other writing. So pretty much you're able to highlight. So the way I use this is if I went ahead and added a story to it, students are able to highlight certain parts of the story or find the evidence in the text on how they got the correct answer. And once again, I'll show you guys how to do that later on. The next icon that we're going to talk about, or the next tool, is the eraser. So the way the eraser works is that you can click individually each little thing, and it's going to delete it for you. Or if you click or you just touch the screen on your iPad anywhere and you just drag, and as you can see, it's turning gray. That means that portion of your page is going to be deleted. So as you see, there's like a dash that is green still. That thing is not going to be deleted. So once I let go, oh well, I guess I went ahead and deleted that part, but it shouldn't have been deleted. I guess I marked over it once I let my finger go. But that's the way that part works. Okay. The next tool, right next to the eraser, is the A icon, which allows you to pretty much type. So if you're having students that are struggling with the pen writing stuff, for example, if they're struggling writing their name, or you just scribbles all over the page, then they can use this text feature that allows them to go ahead and type their name or even their answer. Um, where it says chalk duster, that's different font, different format, so that you can change the letters. So if you want to change it to this one, it would change it. And the A negative and the A plus, that's for you to make your font bigger or smaller. Okay. The next one that we're gonna look at, it is something that I really don't use as much, but I'm gonna go ahead and show you what the features are. If you look at it, it has different shapes. So, for example, if you're teaching your students on shapes, this is a perfect way to do it. Talking about squares, rectangles. You also have triangles, and once again, you can change the color if you want to. So if you want a blue or yellow, it doesn't matter. Whatever shape you want to work on, I mean, it's there for you guys. Once again, I don't use this feature as much, so it's up to you guys to play with it a little bit and find out a little bit more about it. Okay. The next icon, it's the most important one. Well, especially for me, since I use this pretty often, is the paperclip icon. On this one, you're able to view maps and possibly take a screenshot of a specific place. For example, let's click on the map, and let's say you're talking about, I don't know, the Alamo. So you want to go to San Antonio. You hit search, and as you can see, it's a map. It's a regular map, but on the top right, you see satellite. You click on it, it will show you a 3D part of it. So if you want to look for the Alamo, you type in the Alamo, it pop up, and then you have a visual for your students to see what the Alamo looks like, and you can interact with the map as well. So in order for you to take a screenshot of the specific place, on the very top right of the screen, you will see a camera. If you click on the camera, it automatically adds it to your board. As you can tell, it's right there. Okay, the next feature on the paperclip icon is the album. Once again, you could grab a picture on your album, add it to it. So, say you have a picture of your kids, and you want to talk about that, or you can tell your students, write me a story of what you see. I mean, it could be anything, and once again, it automatically adds it to your board. The next one is the camera. It is what it says. You can take a picture of whatever you have in front of you, take it, and once again, it will automatically add it to your board as well. Okay, so you see how everything's piling up on one page? Well, Whiteboard is going to allow you to do multiple pages. If you look at the bottom right, which says page 1, if you click on that little arrow, it's going to allow you to go to the next page, and you can go to the next page, and pretty much you can do as many pages as you want, and this allows you to do multiple things on multiple pages. Okay, so pretty much these are all the features that Whiteboard has, or all the tools that they have. Now, let's see how everything's put together and see how everything works. Okay, so let me go ahead and create a new one. Let me go ahead and delete this. So if you go to the top right, you see that folder icon, you click on it, and then you click on the board that you want to delete. In this case, I only have one. I click on it, you hit delete, and it's gone. Okay, so that one is deleted, and we can go ahead and start fresh. So right now, I'm going to go ahead and create a new board and start from scratch. And myself as a teacher, I will go ahead and add an activity or question that will allow my students to collaborate. So the way I do it, once again, I go back, I go to new board, I name it, whatever you want to do. So the way I do it, the way I use it in my classroom is I go to the paperclip, I click on it, and if you see the last name, it says Snap Web. I use that a lot. If I click on it, it's going to give you the Google. So you can pretty much search whatever you want. You want to search a picture, a specific website, anything that that your imagination can take you. So so lately, we're preparing for STAR test. So I want to go to the STAR release test. I type it in. I go to it. I go to the main website. And you go to your grade level. So let's say, for example, let's do third grade 2017, and let's do math. Let's just pick a random, I guess, question. Let's do this one. So in order for you to add this specific question, at the top right, you have a camera, the camera icon. You click on it. It's the snapshot, and it automatically adds that specific question or specific picture to your board. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and add one more. Once again, to do that, you go to the bottom right of the page. You click on the arrow and repeat the same steps. You click on the paperclip icon, click on Snap Web. It'll take you to the Google website. Type in my case, I'm going to do STAR release test. Go to the website, and let's go ahead and pick another question. All right, let's do that one. Or smaller one. There we go, that one. Okay, once again, you go to the camera, you click on it, and once again, it automatically adds it to your board. Okay, so let's go back to page 1. Okay, as you can see, I can move the question around, and somehow a student might accidentally click on the eraser, and if they click on it, they'll delete it, and you don't want that to happen. So if you see the little circle, the refresh button, it'll bring it back up. But in order for the students to not delete it, what you want to do is click on the picture. Oops, sorry. You click on the picture, and then it gives you different options: delete, duplicate, shapes, text, fold, crop, and lock. So what you want to do is lock it. So once you lock it, and I click on the eraser, and I try to click on it and delete it, it won't do it. So now you're safe. So now students won't be able to delete it, move it, or anything like that. The only thing they can do is work on a specific question. Okay, so in order for the students to be able to work on this specific question, to collaborate with one another, you're going to have to make sure that you have iPads in which they can work on and that they have the application downloaded. So once you have both of these things, you're going to need to make this board active. So in order for you to make this board active, if you see at the bottom left, you see those 3 little arrows, not little arrows, sorry, the 3 little dots in the bottom left. If you click on that, you want to click on Tap to Start Meet. The big bold blue letters. You want to click on that, and once you click on that, it's going to ask you, Meet is a real-time collaborative workspace. You can invite others to join. You want to hit Start. So now your board is active. That means anybody can join your board. You can have up to 40 people working on the same specific meet. So the way your students are going to join, once again, you're going to need make sure you're going to have to make sure that your students have an iPad and that they have the application downloaded. So the way it works is if you go to the if you go to the home page, let me show you from their perspective. If I go to the home page, on the top right, it says Join Meet. So what your students are going to do, they're going to click on that icon. They're going to click on it, and then they're going to type their Meet number. Let me show you how it works. Okay, this is an example right here. I'm doing this from my phone since I couldn't do it through my another iPad. So I've downloaded the application, and if you look at the right side of my screen, it says Join Meet. So what I'm gonna do is click on that, and then I'm gonna type in the Meet number, and that Meet number is gonna be at the bottom in the bottom middle of the application, and I'm gonna go ahead and type it in. Okay, so now as you can tell, I have that exact same question that I had on my board on my iPad. So now, I mean, I'm not doing anything. If the student's collaborating from another iPad, they're going to be able to write anything. So if they're working on a specific problem, they're gonna see, okay, for example, let's say group A is working on this problem, group B is watching their work. So one thing that they're gonna do is they're talking about area, and you see different grids. So let's say group A is working on this, and they're trying to find the answer, and they work on it, and then they just say, okay, you know what, the answer is A, 8. Somehow they got that answer. Well, now group B, which is me in this case, I'm going to say, you know what, that's not the correct answer. Let me collaborate with you and let me help you out. And you're going to just start working on it. And they're going to be like, nope, there's 3. The length, the width is 3, and the length is 2, 4, 5. And 3 times 5 is 15. So the answer is 15. So now I have collaborated with that specific group. So the other group got it wrong and I got it correct. So that's one way to use this. If you have any questions right now, go ahead. You can ask moderator Meredith Lane. Just I'm going to leave it open for a couple of minutes, or at least a minute, for you guys to if you have any questions, and I'll gladly answer it, or else we can continue with the presentation. All right. So one of the questions was, if can teachers view what other students are doing? The answer is yes, they can. At the beginning, I was the one that created the board, the meet. So I have I'm able to work on the specific board, and I can control what they're doing. So, for example, you have up to 5 groups working on a specific question. You're going to be able to see what is each specific group is doing. So if you see a kid just playing around or adding stuff in there that they shouldn't, you're going to be able to know. So one way to do it is you assign each specific group a specific color. So group A can be purple, group B can be green, and so on and so on. And if you start seeing that specific group color not doing it correctly, then you as a teacher can go up there and help them out individually, one by one, or with the group. So that's one way that you can use that to view what they're doing with their with that specific group. That was a great question. Thank you for that. Okay, another question was how many students can collaborate in one group? You can do up to 40 people. So I mean, it's just the matter of how many devices you have and how you're going to split those groups. So if you have 20 devices, you can do up to 2 per group, or I mean, it's just up to the teacher and up to the resources that you have. All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us, and appreciate your time. I know it's after school and it's kind of late, and especially on a Friday night. Really appreciate all those that were involved with this webinar. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to leave those questions in the comment. And Meredith Lane, she's going to go ahead and put that link for your hours. Thank you so much. Have a good night.